Japan sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, one of the most seismically active regions on Earth. This horseshoe-shaped zone is notorious for its frequent earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Japan, being at the convergence of four major tectonic plates, is particularly vulnerable. Scientists warn that at any moment, a mega-earthquake could strike. These experts spend countless hours analyzing seismic data, running simulations, and trying to predict the unpredictable. But how likely is it to happen right now? The uncertainty keeps everyone on edge. The challenge lies in distinguishing between normal seismic activity and signs of an impending disaster. Is Japan truly prepared for the worst? The nation conducts regular emergency drills, and citizens are encouraged to keep emergency kits ready. Major cities like Tokyo have invested heavily in earthquake-resistant infrastructure. Japan experiences thousands of earthquakes every year, but most are minor tremors. These small quakes serve as constant reminders of the seismic forces at play beneath the surface. However, experts believe that a magnitude 8 or 9 earthquake could strike within the next few decades, or even sooner. The biggest concern? The potential for widespread devastation and loss of life. The Nankai Trough, a massive fault line stretching off the coast of Japan. This geological feature is a ticking time bomb, capable of unleashing a megaquake that could rival the most destructive events in history. Historically, this fault has triggered devastating megaquakes roughly every 100 to 150 years. The cyclical nature of these events suggests that another one is inevitable. The question is not if, but when. The last major quake, 1946. This event caused widespread destruction and loss of life, leaving a lasting impact on the nation. The lessons learned from this disaster have shaped Japan's current approach to earthquake preparedness. That means the next one is overdue. The ticking clock adds a sense of urgency to the efforts of scientists and emergency planners. Every day without a major quake is a day closer to the inevitable. Seismologists have detected unusual seismic activity in recent months. These anomalies could be precursors to a larger event, or they could be false alarms. The challenge is interpreting the data correctly. Deep under the ocean, sensors have recorded pressure buildup along Japan's major fault lines. This pressure, if released suddenly, could trigger a catastrophic earthquake. Could this be a warning sign of an impending earthquake? The possibility is enough to keep scientists and emergency planners on high alert. Some researchers believe that Japan's next megaquake could trigger a tsunami similar to the 2011 Tohoku disaster, which killed over 15,000 people. The combination of a massive earthquake and a subsequent tsunami could be devastating. Japan is one of the most earthquake-ready nations in the world. The country has invested heavily in technology and training to mitigate the impact of earthquakes. But even the best preparations have their limits. Cities are reinforced with shock-absorbing buildings, and an advanced early warning system alerts people seconds before shaking begins. But is that enough? The scale of a megaquake could overwhelm even the most robust systems. Some experts worry that if a megaquake strikes Tokyo or Osaka, it could cause widespread devastation, crippling infrastructure, triggering landslides, and even leading to nuclear plant failures. Imagine this. A magnitude 9 earthquake hits just off the Japanese coast. The initial shockwave would be felt across the region, causing immediate and widespread damage. In seconds, buildings sway violently. The structural integrity of even the most well-built structures would be tested to their limits. People would have only moments to take cover. Within minutes, a 100-foot tsunami races toward the shore. The sheer speed and power of the water would leave little time for evacuation. Coastal areas would be inundated, causing massive destruction. Millions scramble to evacuate, but would they have enough time? The logistics of moving so many people in such a short period are daunting. The potential for chaos and confusion is high. This isn't just a possibility, it's a scientific certainty. The evidence points to an inevitable megaquake. The only unknown is the timing. The real question is, when will it happen? The uncertainty adds to the tension. Every day without a major quake is a day closer to the next big one. Japan is on constant high alert, and scientists are racing to understand when the next big one will strike. The goal is to provide as much warning as possible to save lives and minimize damage. But one thing is clear, it's not a question of if, but when. The inevitability of a megaquake looms over Japan, driving the nation's relentless pursuit of preparedness. Do you think Japan is ready for a megaquake? The nation's efforts are commendable, but the scale of the challenge is immense. The resilience of the Japanese people will be tested like never before. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on natural disasters and global risks. Your engagement helps us bring more crucial information to light.